Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman with Adventures with Rianne and Kynseed Retired Slow Play, part number 28. And I just love this opening, and I say it every time, and I'll probably keep saying it every time. So we're going to take up right where we left off, and we always kind of have a morning routine where we send our Ash off to go adventure. I'm doing this for the purpose of fish that I need to turn into Twig, the master fisher and fisher trainer, master fish trainer, I guess. And so I just do it every morning. He's up to 3 quality starred fish, which is great. I need some 3 quality starred fish from Tirnanog to turn into Twig. So that's why I'm sending him there. He'll eventually get them. I'm in no rush for him to get them. So I could go try to fish him up myself, but I'll just send him to do that while I'm doing other things. So while I'm kind of running around doing my normal morning thing, I want to welcome all my new subscribers. Oh my gosh, it's just so affirming to know that other people are finding what I'm doing interesting enough to subscribe, and it's wonderful. If you like my videos, just give that a thumbs up. It really does help when people do that for me, so thank you again for that. And somewhere during this video, I'm going to give you a word of the day. I want you to take that word of the day and use it in a sentence down in the comments. And this, don't say the word of the day is, or the secret word of the day is. You be creative. I want you to be creative and use that in a sentence that makes sense. So play along, okay? I really want you to play along. This is a fun thing I'm trying, and I saw it on another channel. I thought, oh, that's so cool. So I want you to play along with me. All right, so look at all these birthdays. These are a direct result of people telling us, you know, give them a gift or something, and they say whatever, and they'll tell you different tips and things, and then they'll suddenly say, so-and-so's birthday is this date. So we're getting a lot of birthdays on our schedule, so that's pretty awesome. And I don't know how many people there are in the world, but we're slowly getting those birthdays. What I'm doing is I did not realize that I don't know, sometimes my brain baffles my own self. I didn't realize down the side is all the seasons. So I thought, wait, how could I tell what day is what's coming up in the winter, or what's coming up in the spring, or whatever, and that's the answer to the question. So anyway, we're on the 10th of winter in year number 6. I know that for sure. And so that's why I'm going to run around and do some things. If this is the first time watching, I am a shop owner. I've got an apothecary shop and a general goods store. We are getting very close to being able to specialize that goods store. And I'm going to make it a fish market because I love selling fish, and what better way to be able to sell a lot more than 25 brass worth of fish per day than to have a fish market. So that's what I do. I don't know how many I'm selling per day, but I'm definitely getting there. Certainly a lot more than 25. And I'll check, oh good, I'm glad I can catch boots. I love it when I can catch my people that are selling. They're only selling from 6 to 9 a.m. because that's generally when people shop for fish, apparently. And so when we specialize, we'll see that. So I'm going to run in and give them a gift. Supposedly they work better when you do that. And I accidentally clicked on the stove. Why? There's a stove in the general market, and it's mine. So you can see that I've made, you know, I can see a small profit. At least I'm making a profit. And that's really all I care about, profit and reputation. So I'm not making a ton, but that's okay. I'm making money every single day, and that is a good thing. So I'm making enough money to make profit and pay my employee. You can see that I did have Jed Scrumpy on there. He had a request that I hire him, so I gave him 1 shift. The shifts are only 3 hours long, and I have it open 7 days a week. So for now, that's going to be good enough. I had some things that were kind of what my goals were to start off with. I wanted to have a family, and I wanted to become a successful merchant. And so I'm succeeding in both of those. We've got the family started, and currently I have 2 shops, and I'm good with that because I micromanage them, and any more than that, oh boy. I found out Herbert Lemon likes pear. Well, that was kind of good news. Here's somebody we haven't met before, Herbie Weed. Oh my dear. If you need any medicinal plants, I'm your man. Oh my gosh, the conversations and things that people say in this game are so daggone funny. Some of them are ridiculously hilarious. So here's the apothecary shop. You can see that I'm making money every day on this, some days more than others. I do have to occasionally buy ingredients, and that certainly cuts into my profit big time. But right here I'm looking, seeing, okay, I did buy some Bowing Nancy. It was down to 4, so I'm not gonna order any more right now. I'm just gonna hang in there. Shop opens in just a little bit. And I kind of tend to, oh, and iris. Oh, I love iris, not 1-star ones, but I love them for ingredients. They really do help there. And my next goal is to start working on the relationships with the villagers of the Vale. And so Kynseed is broken down into havens, and then within those havens they have locations, is what they call them. I call them cities, but I think there, in some cases, there are things that are not cities. It is a location. So for our purposes of keeping the terms the same as you might find on the wikis and stuff, I'm focusing on the citizens of the Vale first. And you know, when you see me pull this map up, it's huge, absolutely huge. So I just want to kind of stay centralized and focused, so that I feel like I'm, you know, being, I don't know how to explain it, so that I feel like I'm being productive and accomplishing things. And so it just kind of helps me to set smaller goals than be friends with the entire world. So that's kind of why you'll see me walking around and giving gifts and seeing people of the Vale specifically. To make friends, you can do a number of things. You can do tasks off of the message board. You can do what right now I'm talking to Holly. And sometimes when they have little exclamation marks, she just wanted to tell me something. Sometimes they have tasks for you when you speak to them directly, and then giving them gifts, of course. And you can do this a couple of ways as well. You can run around and try to catch everyone, or one of the coolest features of the game is that you can go to their mailboxes and just put gifts in their mailbox, and you get the same amount of reputation and friendship points by doing that. So it's very cool that you can do that. I think that's one of the coolest mechanisms I've seen in a game where you need to give gifts to people. So I just love it. I'm trying really hard to be good friends with John Bowes. I gave him a strawberry early on. Bad move. It trashed the relationship. If you look back at my videos, I try to put anything of interest in the title, and I think it says something about how to trash a relationship or something like that. So you can go back and see those big mistakes, and there's going to be more in the future, I'm quite sure, as I expand out past the Vale and start friending other people. It's a horrible sinking feeling, and the sound, I have the sound turned down pretty low in this game, but the sound that plays when your relationship is tanking is perfect, because it's exactly how I feel, a sinking feeling in my stomach going, oh no, no, no. Because you build relationships, 9, 10, 15 points at a time, and to lose 61 points at once is just really devastating, really devastating. I would imagine that eventually when the wikis start to get fleshed out, because right now they're kind of, new after only 6 months, there'll be wikis to tell you what to give people and what not to give people. But actually, I think it's kind of, as much as I hate it, it is a part of the game that I find to be kind of interesting. I hate it. Oh my gosh. I mean, that feeling. Oh, I hate that feeling. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I messed up. And then how can I work on this relationship? What can I do to make them my friend? And then eventually, like you just saw with John Bowes, I had somebody tell me what he liked. They told me something I could give him that would make the relationship good. So anyway, I'm just kind of rambling, but the relationship thing is kind of a cool feature. Oh, look at that, a 17-point thing. It's like, okay, Pat, take that. And Tom, oh, he hates everything. Oh my gosh, I think we may have trashed that relationship too. Let's look at 7 points. So like I said, to lose 61 points after working at it, one few points at a time. Millie, we found out something she likes, so that was 18 points. So it takes a while to get those the relationships up. And there's advantages to doing that other than just being a goal in the game. They send you gifts, and they also, of course, when you talk to them, they give you tips. They can give you birthdays, like we saw before, all those birthdays that are on the schedule now. They could give you rating tips, like carrot rating tips, for instance. And so all those are good reasons. And it's also part of your, just in this world, that's part of the thing that you do is making friends with people, instead of just being that weird person that child that got adopted by Uncle Bill, which is what happened in the beginning. If you haven't seen this game before, I highly recommend that you go back and watch my earlier episodes. But you could also buy the game. I highly recommend supporting this game. I have to tell you, I have a lot of games on my Steam account. I have a lot of games off of Steam. I have a lot of games that I bought hard copies of over the years. And there are so many games that it's like, I play them for a few hours and I'm done. That's it. And I get so mad. I've seen some of these games, like my grandson was telling me about, we were talking about a game that had come out not too long ago. And it was like $50, I think, something like that, in 2023 terms. And the gameplay was like 40 hours. I said, that's it? 40 hours. He goes, yeah, but it was really good. I said, but if I want to spend $50, I want to be able to play it the rest of my natural born life. I don't want to pay $50 and play 40 hours and be done. But, I get it. I've bought games that have an ending to them. I'm not crazy. But I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but I guess whatever makes you happy. So anyway, enough of grumping about this. I guess the point I'm trying to make to you is that this game is well worth the money. At the time of this recording, I think it's actually on sale for $21, I think, or $20, and I think it's normally $25. So even $25, it's worth it. This is a game I can see myself playing as many hours as I've played a game like Stardew Valley, which it has been compared to. So, Stardew Valley, I have almost 1,100 hours in it at this point, and I'm still playing it. And I can see that happening with this game as well. In fact, when I first saw this game, I was watching a live streamer of something else. They started playing this game, and I started watching it, and I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to have that game. So I bought it immediately, and I found out it had only been released that week. So I was like, okay. I'm very, very rarely buy a game when it first comes out. The exceptions that I can remember would be Skyrim, and I did buy it on 11/11 of 11, and that's unusual for me. And now that I'm doing a YouTube channel for a gaming channel, showing a game that I don't know anything about, that's kind of difficult for me, because I don't consider myself I don't know that I'm playing everything right. By the way, I had a task to hurt the kettles, and what I'm doing is I'm slingshotting them, and if I do it enough times, it's going to give me a message here. We'll see it there. Return to Edna Teapot to complete the task. And now it's like, I'm sorry. Let me give you something that you love. I'm so sorry. So I don't know when is the best time to do that particular task, because the kettles and the teapots have this thing going on between the two of them, and they each end up giving you that task to hurt the other. So I feel so bad, and I can make 100% friendship and then hurt the friendship, or I could just do it, and I thought, I'm going to bite the bullet and do it. Oh my gosh. Copper Kettle, I think, is another one of those people that I gave a bad gift to. I think it was the blueberry, and I went, oh my gosh. So look at that. Lemony Sip loves truffles. I'm not going to give him any because they're so rare for me to find, but it's nice to know he does love truffles. So all of those are good tips to kind of keep an eye on. And when I give somebody a gift, you notice I'm hitting the NPC info on the right-hand side. That kind of tells me the information that I know about that person as far as what they like. It even tells me their birthdays, which should be on my calendar as well. I went back to Edna and say, okay, poke them right in the eye. All right, I want you to have this part code of our heirloom chest. Well, the teapots have a chest apparently, and I'm going to get part of the code apparently. Some households have an heirloom chest, and as you become friends and such, they start giving you codes to, as you become best friends, they start giving you codes to the chest that they have. So I don't know why she didn't actually say a number, so I didn't know what the deal was. I'm looking for the chest. I don't know where it is. I'll find it eventually. But it's usually around the house somewhere or in a building adjacent or one of those kind of things. I don't know where the heirloom chest is for this family. But we'll find it, and oh, there, it's over there. Okay, I bet that's it. No, that's the greens chest. I don't know. We'll find out. So I was mentioning all the reasons to be friends with people, and that's one of them. Plus, you get access granted to their property, and that lets you be able to raid their produce, their trees, their bushes, their fields they planted, and so that's kind of cool. I had a couple of these. I've dropped one quests, and I always take them because they're usually easy to accomplish, and they drop something in a different location, and you go find it. And so a lot of them, there's like a central location that seems where things get dropped. So there was something in the burial grounds. And this is the first time I had done this one. So I was thinking, okay, it's got to be somewhere I can see it. Generally, if it's something like an effigy thing, I'm not saying the word right, it's going to be on a plot of dirt somewhere and should be easy to find. Should being the operative word. So I'm kind of moving along here. I'm coming down to a certain area. I thought, well, I'll start in this area and move on from there. So, and hopefully I won't miss too many things that are embarrassing. I was hoping I didn't miss that primrose. We do use a lot of primrose in the apothecary. I really need to start moving, looking around. Oh, there we go, an effigy. And that's clay teapot. And the other one, I already had one for Jed Scrumpy. So I've got the two things that those people wanted. It helps the relationship. I get reputation. And so it's a good thing to do these tasks and quests and things. So as you can see, I just had money. What that is my shops are making money throughout the day. And as you make money, it pops up and it shows you're making money. It's kind of nice. Now keep in mind that there's going to be an employee that gets paid at some point at the end of their shift and things. The employees get paid, so it'll come out of my profit of the day. I'm over 3,000, which is great. I'm trying to let that build up a little bit because we're going to be dropping 3,000, yes, you heard that right, 3,000 brass to specialize our general store. So I'm excited about doing that. You get more reputation when you specialize your store or any of your shops. And so I want to be able to specialize my fish market, and it's $3,000. So we'll get around to it very soon. So keep watching for that. So the secret word of the day is going to be gifts. I want you to use the word gifts in a sentence down in the comments. Do not say the secret word of the day is gifts. Say something creative. Create a sentence using the word gifts. Thank you for playing along. Don't hurt my feelings. Please do it. So thank you. I'll look forward to your comments with the word gifts in it. So here's John Bowes. I had already given him a gift because it'll say, oh, another gift. And I don't want to waste my stuff giving him another gift. It does nothing. So I'm not going to give him another gift today. So I'm going to go down, and I think it was Jed Scrumpy, one of the Scrumpies. They are so grumpy when you first meet them. I would get their name confused and call them the Grumpies, which is actually quite fitting because they are so grumpy. They do not like you at all. Their relationship is in the tank. So making friends is a good thing. Here's Ned, and he wants an herb. Oh, good. I did have a chamomile. And give that to him. Good. Just what I asked for. Cool. And I got some brass for it and 20 reputation points. I like it. We're making really good progress. Our journeyman level here is going quickly. And I had needed 2 chamomiles. I only had 1. There we go. And completed task. Dad runs the biggest farm in Quill. Got the best orchard and everything. Don't let those cows tell you any different. Our mine is way bigger too. Did you know the knockers down there? Pop is more scared of them than anyone else in Quill. So the mines, I'm not sure about the mines. I haven't done much of it. There's supposed to be something called knockers down in the mines, and I've kind of heard rumblings about them in the on the Discord channel, and so we'll get there eventually. We'll see them eventually. I am not a big miner fan. I'm not a blacksmith fan. I don't really care for the blacksmith shop or the mini game for it, which is pretty much the opposite of everybody else I've seen and that I've heard talk on the Discord channel. They rave about it, and you can supposedly make really good money. However, I'm not one of those people. I like the apothecary better, which is interesting because a lot of people don't like the apothecary. They don't like the mini game, and so I find it interesting differences. That's why games are interesting to me, and talking about games is interesting to me because there's so many differences. You know, that's why I started this channel, is because I was not seeing this. I was not seeing retired slow plays of anything. I was seeing power games. I was seeing how to make $1 million gold or $1 billion gold in 1 year, kind of thing. That was a Stardew Valley reference, but it's not my thing. I don't find that's not fun to me. That's not the purpose of playing the game to me, to see how fast I can beat it. And that's okay. You're allowed to play a game however you want. And so early morning leaks, okay, I should be getting leaks in the early morning time. So when I'm trying, what that's helpful for, if I'm trying to, let's say if I need 5 4-star leaks or something like that, it would help me get those better leaks, if that makes sense. And okay, she wanted a cabbage, and I had a cabbage. I thought, okay, we'll give her one of those, Pat Cow. There you go. So not only did I give her a gift today, I was also able to do a task for her today. And just talking about those knockers. Okay, very interesting. I don't want to get into that. While I'm running around seeing everybody, I wanted to mention, I've kind of mentioned a couple times, there are different links down in the description of this game down below. So go down below and check it out. There's the official Kynseed webpage, which is oh man, I don't have very much stuff there. That's just the page for where you can download. If there are going to be updates, we're going to see it there. All kinds of interesting information, and there is a wiki there. Like I said, the devs are the only ones that can add to it right now, and they're busy, so it's not fleshed out very well. I did find a fandom wiki, which has got a little bit more information that may be helpful to you. I also have an ingredient spreadsheet, and what I'm using this for is, if I only created potions with the ingredients that I knew the attributes of, I'd be making like 4 potions total. And I don't know, that's just not okay for me. I wanted to make it faster than that. I wanted to be profitable faster. Well, how I figured this out is one day I was making something and it required charm, and I saw, well, I've got charm weed, so surely that's got a charm attribute. And sure enough, it worked, and I was able to make the potion or remedy or whatever it was. And so I thought, that means that we can take ingredients that we don't know the attributes of and make all kinds of things. So I found this spreadsheet, which has a link down in the description, so that I can make all kinds of remedies now, if I have the ingredients, which I really need to work on that. So there are 3 different mini games, I guess you can call them. I want to call them 3 different machines, and you can make potions, creams, and powders. And this is the potion maker one, and whatever ingredients you put into the little box on the right, you saw that I had the ingredients and I was clicking on them, they were going into the box. Whatever ones you put, it knows which machine to bring up for you. So you can go to any machine in the room, it doesn't matter. And so basically, as you can see here, what I'm doing is I'm putting in an ingredient, and I have to put a counter agent of opposite color. That's what that little chart is there. And then if you do everything right, then you get a higher rated item. I made a spring whiff, and I had poor ingredients apparently, and it definitely affects it. As time goes on, you will see, as I get more and more ingredients that I'm able to gather or buy or whatever, I'll be able to make more and more potions. And so Basically, what I would do is I would go into the help channel or the help section or whatever, and I would type in something that I was looking for, and very often I would find a conversation that was exactly that. So, you know, it's a new game, and it's going to take a while for people to figure things out. It's not like Skyrim, where you go to the wiki and there's not anything you can't find on the wiki. Anything. And, you know, I remember when I first started playing it, I have the Prima guide for Skyrim. I actually have the Prima guides for every single Elder Scrolls game, including Arena. No, do I have? No, I don't have Arena. I have Daggerfall and Forward. I'm sorry. So there's a lot of information that I had already to start playing that game. This one, I had no idea. I had watched a few videos of it and just thought, man, this is really a... So I kind of get it. It's just a different type of art as far as graphic arts and things. So now I kind of get it. So anyway, I'm enjoying this game immensely. I'm having trouble playing the other game that is actually that I play on my channel. It's like I want to play this all the time. Speaking of my channel, wanted to mention my community tab and my about tab. The community tab is how I communicate with my community. So it's really hard if you're not listening to the videos that if I make an announcements and things, there's no way for me to do that. So check the community tab for all kinds of information. Sometimes I post pictures of my kitties. Sometimes I tell you about a new game I'm going to play. Like when I started playing Stardew Valley, I made an announcement there. If I'm going to make a change to my schedule, then I'll make an announcement there as well. So keep an eye on that. I've also been doing some upcoming videos. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing that or not, but videos that are that show what's coming up the following week. And then also my About tab, check that out, is my schedule, my upload schedule. In the present moment, I am uploading an episode of Stardew Valley on Mondays and Fridays at 11 a.m. American Eastern Time. And I upload an episode of Kynseed on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And both games, I have plans for them. I have plans for when they're going to end, and it's not anytime soon. Kynseed, I haven't decided for sure when I'll end the playthrough. I don't know if I will end the playthrough, because in this game it's got something very unique that I don't recall seeing in any game I've played before. And what it happens is when you turn 50 years old, your body passes away and you live on in one of your heirs. So if you don't have an heir, then they basically have you adopt one from the old woman who lived in the shoe, which is where you and your sibling came from. And your heir takes on supposedly all of your skills and where you're at, your levels and things, and supposedly it says your heirs will be stronger than you. So I don't know how that all works. I'm anxious to find out about it, but I don't know that I want to rush it along. And how you would rush it along is you would go to Fairweather and get some of his special items. So he offers all kinds of special items, and a couple of times I'll go take a look to see what he's offering, just to show you guys, because they change, I think, every year. And if you take one of the items, then he comes and steals however many years of his life, becomes part of the deal. So I don't like Fairweather at all, but he is a necessary evil. You can get some pretty cool stuff. Well, I mean, if you do that like every year, and then and if you die in the forests where the fighting areas, then you're going to owe a whole bunch of years of your life, and time skips forward. So some people have done that. I know one person I read said something like 29 years. Like, what the heck did you do to lose 29 years at once? That's a lot of time. So that's not my plan. I don't know that I'll play every single year of this character's life, of Rhiannon's life. And Rhiannon will certainly have a legacy. We're going to have a family of 3 children and our husband, and then we'll move on to the next family. It'd be interesting to see what happens. I know that whenever you pass on to your heir, that the rest of your family vanishes, goes away. The other children and your spouse. So it's kind of like, whoa, that's what I've read. So I'm curious how that all works. And I want to find out myself. As far as this playthrough, I'll go at least to that and maybe further on. Who knows? Poor little Ash. It's like I send him out at 6 a.m. to go adventuring, and he does not get back until 1 a.m. I think that's way too long. And look at these 3 stars. Look at these. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate your mission complete. I think it's so funny. It's a mission. Send him on a mission. So I'm looking here and see, okay, what do I need? I do need 3-star fishy wishies, swam flats, whatever they're called, and cointail, and I got 3 of those. So I don't have a ton, but I've got a few, and I don't have any 3-star cointails. So anyway, that's a lot of fish too, but we're up pretty good level, and it's exciting when we hit those mile markers. That's going to be the end of the day, but it's also going to be the end of the episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Give my video a like if you like what I'm doing, please. And also make a comment below with the secret word of the day. But the most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.